Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to let you know about mitochondrial DNA. It is basically related to aging process in human being. So I will relate this aging with the Drosophila melanogaster to let you know about in detail. Initially, I have to describe what is mitochondrial DNA and its feature. Mitochondrial DNA are the small structure that we uh, know that are responsible for production of adenosine triphosphate molecule ATP during the process of oxidative phosphorylation. It means they provide energy to the cell. So, unlike other cell organelles, mitochondria have their own DNA, which is known as mitochondrial DNA. They are circular in shapes, and only the size of mitochondrial DNA is 16 kilo base pair. And they have 13 proteins, 22 transfer RNA, and 2 ribosomal RNA. And they present a main copy per cells, and they inherited basically from the mother uh, parent. So mitochondrial DNA is vulnerable to damage. The reason is mitochondrial DNA easily goes on a mutation rapidly in compared to their nuclear DNA. And there are several reasons for the fast mutation or rapid mutation of mitochondrial DNA. Among them, first one is when it is in proximity to reactive molecule, they easily react with oxygen. In that situation, they produce a reactive oxygen species like superoxide, hydrogen peroxide, hydroxy radical. These kinds of reactive oxygen species will damage the um, mitochondrial DNA or give some mutation. That's why uh, this can damage protein, lipid. So mitochondrial DNA is very close to electron transport chains. Electron transport chain produces energy, and there is a high possibility of reactive oxygen species. Another reason of mitochondrial DNA mutation or damage is the reason because of there is a limited number of repair system as compared to nuclear DNA, and they are not always correct appropriately. It means they are not always repaired due after mutation. So that also causes the possibility of aging or damage. Another is high replication rate because mitochondrial DNA maintain main copy of cells. So there is a possibility of a high copying error and also accumulation of a mutation in the cell. And they have a heteroplasmy like situation. It means each cell contains 100 or even a thousands of mitochondrial DNAs with its copies. So mitochondrial DNA may affect only some copies and producing normal and mutated DNA, and that is known as heteroplasy. And these kinds of production uh, 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 result in like a threshold like 60 to 90% rise of mitochondrial DNA, which begin to fail in mitochondrial function. So, what mitochondrial theory of aging lets? Like mitochondrial DNA produce energy through the oxidative phosphorylation in mitochondria, yes, and they also result in the production of reactive oxygen species in a like electron near to electron transport chain in mitochondria, and high probability of reactive oxygen species damage in the mitochondrial DNA, which leads to mutation or impair in the mitochondrial protein. That's why there is impact in the protein, lipid, and even a DNA. So damage mitochondria becomes less efficient, and dysfunctional in mitochondria produces more reactive oxygen species, and there will be chances of what declining in the function of a mitochondria. That's why that will contribute to the aging in the people. So oxidative damage is the major consequences of like mitochondrial DNA mutation. So it need to be corrected when mitochondria malfunction. In that case, there is a possibility of production of like reactive oxygen species. So mm it is necessary to maintain like DNA damage, protein damage, lipid damage. If we can control such kinds of damages correct, that will reduces the early chances of aging in the peoples. So to study such kinds of effect in the human beings or even in the animals, the model species to study is used as like Drosophila melanogaster, which is the perfect example with which we can do research for the uh, aging. Thank you so much for everyone on paying attention. I will be back with another new video in a new topic.